Hi, folks. This is Mark by Mark A. Foster, Ph.D., for the Institute for Dialectical Metarealism. I wanted to offer some personal reflections, having just completed my first podcast interview with the brilliant Red Pagan Nikole. She is a truly wonderful human being. And again, as I said before, I don't think that I would be back in Maoism, third worldism, were it not for her. That's just a thought. Maybe I would be, but it would have to have been through some other means that I cannot imagine. I wanted to apologize, first of all, to those of you who watched it. I watched it myself with some degree of gritting my teeth as I observed my constant weird facial expressions. I have never done an interview like that as a podcast or on television or anything like that. As an old radio guy, I am not used to having my face appear at all. I have gotten used to doing this, but as a monologue, but just sitting and listening to someone else talk, trying to maintain a smile artificially. I've realized that simply does not work. I can't do that. So, what I plan to do in the future, if I have more interviews, and I hope I will try to drag people kicking and screaming into Zoom to take part in interviews with me. Well, not literally, but hopefully people will. And again, if you would like to be a guest on my show, please write a comment under this video. I will see it, obviously, and then we can hook up and talk about how we will arrange an interview, what subject you want to discuss. It would need to be something that I know about, preferably something related to my religion or Maoism, third worldism, or some other communist tendency. I don't care. I would love to talk about anything like that, or ventriloquism, which is something else that I have done in the past, or acting for that matter. So contact me. But again, I apologize for how I looked. I feel worse than I think any of you might feel who watched me because it was me. And I felt like I looked like a clown. I did look like a clown. So again, what I plan to do in the future is I plan to make myself as inconspicuous as possible. Something like this. Along that line, that is my intention. In other words, I will place myself into the background when I am not talking. When I am talking, I seem to get my facial expressions right. But when I'm not talking, it seems like I don't know what to do with my face. I guess that problem does not exist in a regular conversation because I'm not trying to pose for anyone. I'm just talking. But I guess I was posing for the webcam. Yeah, posing. And posing is not a good strategy. I will tell you that. So if you ever do an interview like mine, do not pose. I would not recommend it. Instead, try to make yourself as inconspicuous as you possibly can. And I promise that is what I will do. I do not want to see a repeat of what I did before. Now, I think that Nikole did a wonderful job in responding to my questions. Um, she is a brilliant human being, and I enjoyed talking with her. I watch her podcasts on YouTube on a regular basis, and I hope you will too. But I'm sorry if I embarrassed her by the way that I was making those strange, really strange expressions with my eyes, and I guess especially with my mouth. I don't know why I did that, but I guess maybe it's my autism. Could be. I mean, autism is at least partially a communication disorder. So maybe I don't communicate that well when I'm listening on a podcast. In any event, I can tell you this. I remember back when I was a broadcast journalism student, one of the things we had to do is to make up broadcast news sessions, not real ones, with artificial news stories. Just tell artificial news stories. And I looked like a clown, literally a clown, for some reason, and I don't know why. I looked like I had mascara, I think it's called mascara, wrapped around my eyes. For some reason, that seems to have gone away with age. I'm happy about that. I look better. I look better. Sorry for praising myself, but it's not my own decision. It is the force of nature. I look better than I did when I was an undergraduate college student. And I'm grateful for that. When I first started doing these podcasts, I recalled how I looked back in college. And so I only did them as audio podcasts. You can go back and watch some of them. They are on the same channel. But I figured I would experiment with making them video as well. And guess what? It worked. Somehow, I don't look as bad as I used to look. I look better. I have literally improved with age. Why? I have no idea. But again, I'm sorry. I apologize to you for having to suffer. If you looked at me, hopefully you did not look at me and you looked at Nikole, since she was the star of the show, not me. She was my guest. And therefore, as my guest, she was the center of attraction, not me. Not me. How many times can I say that? But again, I hope you will consider also being a guest on my show. And I promise I will do a better job. I will put my head down so that problem does not surface again. So you won't see my eyes batting back and forth and my strange mouth expressions. For the time being, this has been Mark by Mark A. Foster, Ph.D., for the Institute for Dialectical Meta-Realism. Have a pleasant day and an even better day tomorrow.